Alright, come here.
Come and take your pick.
What was that sound?
Quick! What would you like? I'll have a look. I'd like to do something about that price. Very well. Aye, I'm glad you found what you were looking for, sir.
Some money so a poor wayfarer can buy himself an ale?
How much would that be?
Well, let's say... Stop! You fucker!
Help! Stop!
I just don't get these people
What's
sometimes.
that? Ah! Ah!
What the... I thought I closed it. Huh? Hey! You're not allowed here.
God!
Quick! Go! Go! Slowly. Nice and slow. God!
I don't want to be a smart arse, but when summer's over and autumn comes, it will be too late.
You think I don't... know that? It's just that my husband takes ages to get anything done.
You're new
Just
here,
say
right?
courage.
Can I have a word? All right, man.
Was there...
Maybe.
Henry?
Kvietoslav. Pleased to meet you.
I?
Brilliant. You're
Really?
someone trustworthy.
And you were just waiting in case one happened to walk...
Of course there is. And his assistant. Even worse. What's more, I can tell at first glance you ain't local, so my trade secrets are of no use to you.
So, you want me to write a letter for you and keep it hush-hush?
I couldn't have put it better myself.
What kind of...
Like I said, it's an important business letter. There's...
Are you offering it?
Aye. You could...
What do I...
A whole heap of coin, pal. It's really important.
Really?
Very long.
All right.
Brilliant. But
What's this supposed to...
I was given this here parchment by one...
How many miles you've wandered at such a grueling pace? Rest your feet, dear. That sounds more like bawdy verse.
Is that what it says? But it's clear you can read.
Where are we going to write the letter? I can see neither part...
Oh no, we can't write it here.
Well then...
You have to go to Kuttenberg. In the northern part of... Enter the city by that gate. Keep going straight until you pass the town hall. Keep the markets on your right. The building may look a bit run down from outside, but don't worry about that. Go in, and
Hold on.
I'm afraid I've got things to be doing.
Can't you tell me...
Nothing to tell. Like I said, I'm in a wrangle. And what better way...
Right, so I go to the city.
That's right. Tell them two in the office that justice is...
You have a password.
You know, when coin's at stake, you can't trust... And welcome to the world... Take care, sir.
I'm sorry.
What is it? Are you whistling just for fun?
Die! Quick! Quick! Go! Quick!
Hi.
Tools here.
Sei gegrüßt, mein Herr. Du hast Glück. Grüß dich. What do you need?
Show me your... I'd like to do something...
Ja, das ist finally... Danke. Das war ein gutes Geschäft, mein Herr.
Sure. I tell you, and you dob me in.
My respects.
Guten Tag.
Good day to you.
Oh, Christ. Pardon me.
Who are you? And what are you...
I'm Henry.
Oh, right. Kwiatoslav sind. Well, almost. But fuck the...
First, tell me why there's all this secrecy around this letter.
Well, that's the way it's done. And secrets that everyone...
But you don't mind getting a complete stranger to write the letter?
Of course we mind. But what choice do we have?
All right.
Right. A nice, polite beginning. Greetings, Master Markholz.
Never mind his old woman. Is he even right this? You.
We can't be so brutal. Markholz is a merchant. He's all about...
He ain't no merchant. He's a murderer. He got rid of it.
So?
I'm just saying we have to stick it to Marco brutally. So he...
Bollocks. If we do that, he'll think there's no talking to us.
Suit yourself. For all I care, you can just draw the fucking thing.
Well, do it like I said. So...
I'll make it sound a... Greetings. I trust... Done.
We are writing to you about a...
That you fucked us.
Would you please...
All right, all...
Now, where was I?
We are writing to you in... What's next?
Right.
To get...
Why don't you get to the door and fuck off?
We'll never get it.
So, we expect from you some remedy that will lead to improving things for both.
We ask you to rectify the situation to the written.
All right. Let our mates go free. Otherwise, we'll go to the powers that...
The The powers that be. Have you got...
That's none of...
Ah, come on.
You do, and that's why I'm being honest with you. That...
Free our captive brothers. Otherwise, we shall... Ah!
Aye. Once they return to us safe and sound, we'll clear off, and you'll know... And your secret will...
Ha! You don't really believe he'll...
Why not? If we disappear, he'll be out of debt.
He'll be safe as long as he can...
Shut up, you...
You shut up!
What was that about?
Nothing.
Don't give me that.
All right.
Us and Marco made a deal. We stole silver for him.
Except he never actually...
So we started to set aside a bit of... Selling raw silver here in the city ain't exactly safe.
Except that fucker Marco got wind of it, took our mate...
You didn't have to tell him that.
Don't worry, he's a good...
Of course you're right. What do you want me to write, then?
As soon as our mates come back safe and sound...
Once our brothers have returned to us, say done.
Maybe some...
Like...
We can't put that in the letter, surely. Yours trustingly in your...
With regards and trust in your wisdom. Yours... That's that.
Great. Give it to me so I can seal it.
We are.
Can't we just...
He knows too...
Oh, it'd be no good to him anyway. Does he know a kurva?
You must be the biggest idiot in...
Fuck. Yeah. Sorry, lad. You're out of luck.
Why are you laughing?
You two want to kill me. Are you serious?
We've been breaking rocks all our life.
Maybe so. But rock...
If I hit you hard enough...
Cut it out.
What now, then?
What if we pay you extra
After you just wanted to kill me?
for you to take the letter to Markholt and give it?
Are you mad? You don't...
Oh, I believe you could. Well, will you help us?
All right.
Agreed. Take the letter. He lives in a big stone house on the lower mark.
Just make sure you don't tell him anything. Some minor...
You don't have to wait for a reply. If it goes well and Markholt lets our mates go, there'll be a nice pile of silver waiting there.
But if you betray us, there'll be an...
And if we see you going to the bailiff instead of Markholt's place?
All right, all right. I'll hand it over.
What are you doing here? Hasn't been safe around here as of late.
Relax. I'm not doing anything wrong.
Lucky for you.
You silly mutt. Here you go. Take it.
Come and take your pick. Tools, quality tools, sheet metal, chain. Here.
Good afternoon, sir. I'll have a look. Let's talk about... You see? I was glad to be of help to you, good sir.
Tools, iron tools. Tools here. Look at this criminal. He himself may not have stolen, but he aided another in evil. Greetings to you. Excuse me.
God bless you, sir.
Excuse me.
Aye, but I caught him just as he was stuffing the bag. Imagine, he even threatened me when I called the guards.
Who's there? You come. Stop right there. This is the house of Malcolm.
I was given a letter to...
A letter. All right.
Servus, Guter. What can I...
I'm looking for Master...
Das bin ich. What do you want?
Some fella gave me this...
Was?
Heads.
Give me the letter. What? How did you...
Some bloke just shoved it in my hand along with a few groschen. He said you're expecting it.
Strange, but whatever. The main thing is...
No.
Wirklich? If that is how it is...
What should I do?
You? By the way, do you know where Losch...
Somewhere in the north of the city, isn't it? The vineyard.
Ausgezeichnet. Soon, a couple of miners will turn up nearby. Looking like they haven't... Something tells me they'll be pleased if you tell them you brought me the letter.
Excuse me.
At your service, sir.
Excuse me.
Go! Quick! Go! Die! Quick! Die! Quick! Die! Die! Die!
Right, job done.
I'm surprised. That fucker's a sneaky bastard.
Well, I'd never have thought.
Smiling. Christ, laddie.
Ah, come on.
What was that?
Ausgezeichnet. I found you at last.
Fuck. Did you double-cross?
What?
Nobody had to double-cross anyone.
What?
Naja, what else could I do?
So what now?
You're...
You might be a match for ordinary miners, but I won't.
But what if you open your mouth?
Well, if I open it, I open it.
At them!
Fuck! They're after us!
To me! Get him from behind!
Help me with him!
Light him up! You got him! I need a bandage, quick! There! That's better.
I'm sorry.
Damn right, that bastard here, lad.
I want more.
All right, here you are, and... now...
Wait, Fred. Come here.
Good boy.
We need to talk.
Me?
Who else would I be talking to?
What is it?
Show me your... pockets.
Why?
Because I said so.
I'm sorry.
That's where you're wrong. When we catch...
Humble respect.
My respect.
Apparently, the city council is organizing another collection.
Excuse me. price. Not a chance. I already get you a discount.
But it's still too expensive.
Oh, may I?
Show me your... I'd like to discuss the...
Aye. I'm glad you found what you were looking for, sir.
Greetings.
My respects. Take your pick, but no... Wie geht's?
Show me your...
Wie schade, mein Herr.
I'll have a... Word about the...
Ei, Danke und viel Glück für die Zukunft, mein... Was willst du?
What do you have for... I'd like to do something...
Ei, Julken... Danke. Das war ein gutes Geschäft, mein Herr. How can I?
Show me your... Word about the...
Do we have a deal?
We're nearly... Aye, you'll... Thank you, sir. And come again.
Got me with you.
Aye. Farewell.
Was möchtest?
What do you have? I'd like to do something...
Do you accept?
That sound... Aye,
I have not changed my answer. I will not sell you the rights to my mines. Not today, not tomorrow, nor in 100 years. You will not get your hands on my silver.
You forget I have influential friends. If you won't sell the mines, you'll lose them. Just like Malashov. Along with your life, if you defy me.
Mind your step. Two can play that game. Did you really think that I didn't know you were stealing the royal silver, eh? When your self-proclaimed king finds that out, your head will be on the chopping block.
Seize that traitor!
Not another step.
You'll get yours too, turtle dove. What are you waiting for? Can't you see? They're threatening the Royal Mint Master!
He's one of them! Get him!
Come on, then!
You're no match for us, fucker!
Raise him up! Show what you're made
You
of.
won't get me.
Right on the noggin! You bastard! You're dead!
I'll sort you out nice! You won't get away with that,
Fuck! I can't take him on my own!
This won't end well for you.
Damn. They gave me a going over.
You alright, sir? Looks like you took some hits.
Papa,
I'm alright. What the hell was that, Rosa?
I saved your life.
We would have been in the right if you hadn't taken the shot. Do you have any idea?
Was I supposed to let one of Sigismund's...
And you thought this was a better solution?
You know what? Let's just leave it be. I don't want to argue in front of the young man here. Apologies for the mess, stranger. There aren't usually so many corpses strewn about our courtyard.
I should be the one apologising. Some of it is my handiwork.
It won't be your concern, though. I promise. We'll call the guards and tell them what happened. That Ulrich Vavak and his men attacked us for no reason.
You think that will make them let us off the hook?
Not for free. But knowing young Plymouth, the commander of the guard, I'm sure he won't refuse my coin. But back to you, lad. Who are you? And why have you graced us with your visit?
I'm Henry of Skalitz, squire to Lord Capon of Perkstein.
Pleased to meet you. Conslin Routard. And this feisty creature here is my daughter Rosa.
Like father, like daughter.
Why did your master send you to me, Henry?
He didn't, sir. Unfortunately, he's in enemy captivity.
We're sorry to hear that.
But I plan to rescue him. And I believe you can help me with that.
We can? How?
Lord Capon is held at Malashov.
Our Malashov? I don't envy him. I was planning on fixing the roof before they took it from us. It's full of leaks. I doubt its new master will lift a finger to do anything about it. But tell me, why would I meddle in matters that don't concern me?
Well, we all stand on the same side. Against Sigismund.
That is undoubtedly true. Especially since his people started stick. But to get involved in something as dangerous as freeing a cat...
We have to do something to...
Dangerous?
Nobody will know.
You haven't been in Kut. I'd only end up with my head on the chopping block.
That's true. As long as Vavak...
Who is he, anyway?
Ulrich Vavak von... He's had it in for us ever since he's been pressuring me to hand over my mine. And now we've killed his men. The king's men. Like Rosa said, lad. As long as Vavak is around...
Should I kill him?
Christ almighty!
I don't doubt you could pull it off. Sigismund's people are like the Hydra. You chop off one head. No, killing won't solve anything. We have to do something else to get to him. It's obvious Vavak is getting richer than his office warrants. There are rumors going around that he's stealing the king's silver. He even uses it to mint counterfeit groschen. If Sigismund were to find out, he'd have him executed at once.
Ah, I see.
It certainly wouldn't hurt to have something on him.
But how do we find it?
Some of the silver goes missing somewhere along the way to the mint.
Find out. But how?
You're right. Only my friend Peter of Pisek. They ousted him from the mint master's office. But his brother, Chris, he wanted to become the mint master himself. But because of Vavak, he had to settle for the stewards.
And that's saying something.
Christian and I were just talking about his suspicions. He'd welcome men. If you go to him and ask for help on my behalf, I'll help you free Lord Capon in exchange for...
All right. I've already met Peter of Pisek, and I know he can be trusted.
Excellent. You'll find... Tell him the password, Via Argentum. But be careful, both of you.
We'll be praying.
Clear off! Get out of my sight! Stand here all day. I don't care. That's a lot of blood. This should stop it. This could come in handy.
Hey, what's this we have here?
It's mine now. Well. I can't believe this is just lying around.
Just leave this lying around.
Mine. Gotcha.
My God!
What do you... I'd like to do something about...
Final. I was glad to be of help to you, good sir.
How can I help?
Show me... Let's talk about...
Well...
Quality goods, the finest wares.
Hi. I'm glad you found what you were looking for. For, sir. Leatherware! What do you...
I'll...
I've got a feeling you... I'll have to knock. Let's agree on a... Hi. You better call back that dog.
Delicious pears, juicy pears.
Heel.
Crackling flatbread, twice greased, fresh flatbread. The finest wares, quality goods. Did you see that Scotsman woman's shoulder? You my ass. She
No! What do you need?
I'll have a look.
What can you do, sir? Maybe next time.
What do you have?
Take a look.
Do your shopping here. Father's still alive.
Aye, but it rules all over. My respects. Was wünschst du?
What do you have?
I hope to find what you're looking for next time. Leave everything.
For sale, big strong cars. A fine day for some fine wares. Apples.
You have a kind master.
Pfui.
What's new?
Nicht viel. If you are looking for some Geschäft...
Should I go and get something from the kitchen?
Oh, guten Tag, mein Freund. Was möchtest du?
Show me. Let's talk about the...
Ei! Danke und viel Glück für die Zukunft, mein Herr.
Your wares.
Good day, sir.
Show me your... Let's talk about the... Huh.
Aye. Thank you, sir. What would you like?
Show me your...
Welcome, sir.
Show me... What do you have for sale?
Koi, I... Wares will bring you...
What do you have? I'd like to do something...
Aye. I was glad to be of help to you, sir.
Die besten Produkte!
What can I...
What do you have? Let's talk about the...
Well... I'm glad you found what you were looking for.
Nein! Nein for sale!
Come on, get some wonderful horseradish.
My respects. Schön, dich zu sehen. Grüß dich. Wie...
Show me your way.
Wie schade, mein Herr.
Parsley, fresh vegetables.
Was willst... What do you...
Show me your...
I hope you find what you're looking for next time, but, Tools here!
Strange.
What can I help you?
Be careful. God is punishing us for our... Oh, it's you. Sorry.
Guess that means we've got enough to go around. Anything you need. Fine day for some fine wares.
careful.
What are you doing here?
Be careful.
Be careful.
I heard you were in need of money.
You said you needed some...
Something's happened.
What is it?
When I was fishing around for information about Lish, and one of the servants...
You think she was killed because of...
I don't know.
I'll help you. Who was this dead?
Her name was Alice. I heard they found her all hacked up. Tossed somewhere. They took the body to the morgue by the same...
I'll go take a look up.
I think that would be for the best. You can ask the gravedigger.
When did you land?
Around...
And did you notice any...
Not at all. She was... though I'm a...
What was Alice trying to find out?
She always brought me the freshest gossip overheard from her mum.
And did you learn anything important from her?
That's the thing. All she brought me was gossip. Who was cheap? So you'll have to
What about your other...
Yes, fortunately. That's why Alice's death...
What are you gonna do?
I'd like to ask the others if they noticed anything suspicious.
But you don't want to...
I'm scared myself. For them. Maybe nobody knows about them yet, and I can't risk that.
What if I go and...
They don't know you. I'll figure something out.
Do you think there could be some...
I don't know. Maybe, but it's strange. What?
Why did you ask me?
Because you're the only...
Uh-huh.
But don't take it the wrong way. I'm actually not even
Uh-huh. I know everything I need.
Good. Go to that grave. In the meantime, I'll try to find out...
Hi, I'm talking to you.
Don't I know you from somewhere?
You must have mistaken me for someone else.
No, it's you.
Here
How
you
could
go.
I forget the man
Take
I
it.
lost my shirt to a dice in the tavern?
I got lucky that day, that's all.
Well, you see, now it's my lucky day. If you want to pass...
Oh, come here.
You heard me. Pay to go through.
Bloody blackmailer. I'll win it back anyway.
Did you say something?
No, nothing at all.
You must be...
That's right. At least them... Greetings, Henry.
I hear there was a murder.
True. True.
Another?
People ain't got no respect. So if you ain't one of them gawkers, you must be one of them other types. Well, no.
I don't want to take anything.
Like what exactly?
Who killed her?
Why?
Someone killed the poor girl.
Well, what do you...
Find out who did it.
Well, if that's the way it is, and you... It's true that Lumiere ain't shown no interest in her yet.
Who's this Lumiere?
No.
Help?
Well...
Right.
Aye. We had a couple of similar cases.
And who is this Lumiere?
He used to work for the local bailiff. I think he knew the...
Do you remember how many girls...
You mean you don't know nothing about it? Here, even the Sparrow...
I haven't been in Cuttenberg.
I see. There's been one...
Do you know where the last one got...
I heard some talk about it when they brought her here.
Look for clues.
That can help you.
That's worth a try.
I heard she was killed by the town walls, close to the Hole in the Wall, a dodgy tavern in the Hoprink neighbourhood.
Thanks. What's this Lumiere got to do with it?
Well, like I told you, he used to work for the...
A scribe keeps records in the Black Chronicle. Though I've never heard of one
Well, the old bailiff wasn't all that interested in the... But Lumiere, he was quite helpful. Folk heard...
I'd like to speak with Lumiere.
At his home in Bohemia Street. That's near the church. You won't find him at... I don't know exactly why, though.
Thanks.
It's my pleasure, especially helping... Actually, speaking of the living, there's a girl what comes here and grieves over that. I think her name is...
And do you know where I could find...
She said she serves in one of the burgers' houses.
Thanks again, Master. Are you Barbara?
Alice, she was almost like a sister to me. Why'd you ask?
I'm trying to find out who did this to her. I'm afraid that...
Oh.
Who did you serve?
Our master is alive.
How did Alice get along?
Fine. Our master is a bit...
What's his name?
Why? But you can't see him anyway.
It occurred to me that maybe...
He couldn't. He was gone when it... And besides, why would he kill them others too? He never...
I heard about that.
Well, if you're in, maybe you'll catch him sober.
Do you know of any suitors she might have?
I know she was seeing someone,
I'd like to talk to him.
but I don't know who it was. Alice said he was rich.
And you never saw him?
No.
Do you know what...
One day, she just didn't come home.
What do you mean? Like...
You haven't seen her yet, have you?
I haven't.
Then don't. She was... And it didn't even...
What do you mean?
Who could have cut off her hair like...
So... So, let's see what we have here. My God! Someone really did a number on her. Oh, they ripped open her entire belly. And they didn't stop there. There must have been buckets of blood. Jesus Christ. There's hardly any blood left in her. The place I found her must look like a slaughterhouse. I should go there. Her lips are bloody, but nothing more. But if he killed her for blabbing, I reckon he'd have cut out. Her face is a little bruised and cut, but she has a dark ring around her neck. And her hair is all matted with blood and hacked off. I don't even know what colour it was. Maybe there's something more to it. These are more like chops than cuts. Somebody must have taken a sword to her. Knife wounds would be smaller, and an axe would have made a bigger mess. But it couldn't have been a long sword. That would have been clumsy. God, that madman cut. What did he do with it all, that? Did he really keep all the pieces? Just some scratches and bruises. The killer probably surprised her. So, the murderer must have awfully strong hands. Then he took a short sword or a sabre and started hacking it. He also cut off most of... He cut off her breasts, but left her tongue. Then left her lying there for all to see. Only if it was a warning for telltales, he would have... I don't know why he killed her.
God be with you. I'm sorry.
Lumiere?
Oh, Christ.
I need to ask...
I said not...
That's unless I'm willing to wait for him to sleep it off. This should so... No. Nothing like a...
More boo.
Drink up.
Wait, what?
My name is Henry.
And what do you want from...
I'm trying to find out who killed us.
To me?
Are you Lumiere from the
I used to be.
Well, you don't look...
Yeah. But I am. I'm the biggest madman.
But I need your help.
If I were you, lad, I'd leave it be. You'll just end up hurt.
Come now.
Poor girls. We let it be in the end? No way.
I'm not doing it for myself.
A friend, eh? I searched high and low. What makes you think you can...
Because I'm stubborn, and I don't have any other choice. I'll get to the truth, no matter what.
You think that will suffice?
If not, I'd have been dead long ago. Bled out from a...
Who was this dead...
Her name was Alice.
A maid? That fits. Yarka was a maid.
I think that he strangled her first.
Did you notice the strangulation right away?
Do you think it's the same murder?
Counting your girl, that makes 6 victims who were first. If it's not all the same person...
This is the 6th one?
Probably about a year. Sometimes it takes him months. Sometimes weeks. But I'm including missing girls. Stanya and Zdena.
Why are you counting?
Because I think someone killed them.
Did the dead girls have it?
Aside from being pretty young girls with no...
Do you think somebody is killing them because they're poor, and nobody will miss...
Certainly. If somebody killed the daughter of a local lord...
But why does he even...
I don't know. Maybe he hates...
What can you tell me?
She wasn't the first. But thanks, she was a maid in a German family. She was orphaned as a child. The priest from the church of St. Peter and Paul. They found her body tossed behind a barn at the edge of town. She was cut all the way from her neck.
Did you have any suspects?
At first, I thought the son from that family did. But then I changed my...
Why?
Well, for one, I remembered the two. Besides that, when I talked to the lad, he seemed he wasn't the least. And his mother told me that they threw her out a week before the murder because she was a harlot. That really surprised me. Because Father Prokop had vouched for her good... Maybe he just didn't want to...
What about Stanya?
She was an alehouse wench in a tavern of ill repute called the Hole in...
You said her body was never found.
You have no idea how much I'd like to believe that. Only there was a lot of blood. Unfortunately, the investigation wasn't very successful. The Hole is...
Did you suspect him?
You could suspect every second man there. The innkeeper, Mole, definitely knew Stanya, since she worked for him. But he isn't all that chatty either.
So if I want to learn... And what about that Zdena?
Exactly. But to tell... Besides Alice, Zdena was the most recent victim. It's only been a few weeks since she went missing.
But if her body was never found, how do you know she was killed?
Because she was the same type as the other girl. Young, beautiful. I never could pin it on her, though. She always found some way to get out of it.
Maybe she robbed the wrong people.
Maybe. She had a partner in crime by the name of Strunad. When I asked him about Zdena, he told me he'd rather rip his own tongue out.
Do you think he'd be more forthcoming?
He might be. You're not. Besides, it might still be.
And what about the other?
It all started with them, though nobody did much about it at the time. The first one worked as a bathhouse maid. They called her Chestnut. She'd only been in town for a short while, and nobody... But the other one, Libushka, she said she was really cheerful and outgoing. There were lots of suitors circling around her, but she refused them all. She knew she was pretty, and knew she could do better than some...
You mean she wanted someone...
That's what it sounded like. But...
Interesting.
In the graveyard, lad. The poor woman died. It's sad to say, but we can't help those 2 dead girls now. And there's nobody else left who...
Can you sum it?
We have 6 victims here. Unfortunately, we only know a little about the last 4, the most recent ones. By now, we won't... Of the remaining 4, the first to be killed was the maidservant, Yarka. She was raised by Father Prokop from the Church of St. Peter. The next were Stanya and Zdena. Their bodies weren't found, but we assume they also became... They both hung around a tavern they called the Hole in the Wall. And the last victim, what they all have in common is... You can always... I always drag the most suspicious ones to the body in the morgue by force.
Couldn't it have just been
fainting?
Why were you looking into it?
I don't know what people told you about me. Gutenberg is a big city with a lot of people. The bailiff was always running from hell to Hades. From one rich man to another.
But there are more than just rich...
Exactly. There are common folk, too. So when one of them came to the bailiffs one time, and the bailiff was
behind the bailiff?
Not really.
What happened?
I don't want to talk about it.
Good.
When you learn something, you've aroused a bit of hope in me, lad.
I'm sorry.
Pardon me.
That city tournament.
Good day to you.
Father?
I don't have time.
That's not why I'm here. Someone killed and gutted a young maidservant.
Another one murdered. Why is it you...
Somebody is murdering...
Yes, but...
I don't want revenge. I want to...
True enough.
One of the other victims was a girl named... What can you tell me about?
About Yarka.
Who do you think...
William. That pig of Satan. He gambles in the tavern on All Saints. Yarka always...
Why do you think it was...
Evidence? He's a skirt chaser. A tool of Satan. He messes with...
And does anyone else come to mind? No other man spoke?
No.
Where did you...
I knew her...
And?
I was her uncle.
You raised her?
Yes. Unfortunately, I'm not the first of the clergy.
No offense, but... How...
I was a bit... when... Maybe...
How...
When she was small, I could.
Why do you think you...
Yarko was her only chance of a good life, but the more I led her in that direction...
You're well off, though.
I couldn't. Even if she had been my very own.
But how come?
The church's property. Always...
How did she...
She wouldn't listen. She ran away.
Disgrace?
She was pregnant! Even if she had lived, what then? Nobody would want to marry.
Why don't you respect...
That's... I won't tell you.
But this is important. Do I look like someone who's asking out of curiosity?
All right. Lumir.
What?
Yes.
And...
It turned out he was deranged. He's finished!
I've heard enough, Father.
Son, I'll...
Careful.
I apologise.
Finest wares. Quality.
I'm sorry.
Be careful. It's not safe.
Well, this doesn't seem too bad.
Greetings to you.
Did it stun you?
Stun you? It depends.
My name's Henry.
Names don't interest me. The main thing is whether it's a... What kind of guest?
What does it matter?
Kindly leave it up to me. So, I'll ask you again.
I'm a good guy.
Really? Let's see.
Depends if they're loyal.
Trust is all important. I'm plenty happy. So, what'll...
Just a moment.
What if I simply paid? I want to know if Stanya works here.
She did. And...
I heard she disappeared without a trace. So...
It's possible. The chamber she was asleep, the door open. Everything emptied out. And Stanya was gone.
Tell me something else.
First, you'll have another beer.
What?
If you want to ask, you have to drink. I prefer to be called an So...
I don't want to pay you. I think you could answer my questions directly, and that makes it look like you might have some motive for keeping me from finding...
Nonsense. Ask me anything you...
Did anybody see what I...
No. It was at... The tavern tends to be empty at that hour. And you won't...
What was Stanya?
A bold woman. One has to be here. Everyone's ballsy. She was hanging around a bard for a while. I don't know how close that...
Someone from the city?
No. A charcoal burner. I think his name was... Barton?
What do you know about that...
What about him? He's a minstrel. He called himself William. As far as I know, he plays in the Miners' Tavern in the evenings. But sometimes...
You think he might have been...
Now that you mention it, he cleared out... I know he met with some odd people. And besides, you know what minstrels are like. Lasses just flock to them. And like they say, opportunity makes...
Or in this case... Apart from those men, I mean...
Well, I got bad news for you.
Why?
One was hit by a cart, and the other one got married.
How did
The door was wide open.
Blood?
Not so much, really. More like hand or footprints. If someone done her in, they definitely didn't...
Where can I find...
I already told...
Could you be a bit more...
I don't know that bloke at all, so if I was you, I'd look...
That's all I need to know.
I apologise.
Hey.
Are you Sternad? The one that went with...
Who the fuck are you?
Just an ordinary...
Well, then piss off. All you're gonna get here...
Why so rash? Let's make a deal. You tell me everything you know.
Ah. You're the Lord. What that...
So, if I understand correctly...
For the right price...
Is this the right price?
You fucking bet.
Where can I find...
Aye. That's what I like to fucking know too.
Yeah.
I can well imagine. Well, she went to Rabstein Mill. It's quite a long ways away. She had some unfinished business with some bloke called Pint. Ain't nobody seen...
What can you tell me about Zdena?
What do you want to hear? I try to keep her out of trouble, but there's just no help.
So you were taking care...
Well, just in front of the others. Other than that, she did what...
So you weren't too far...
Not really, no. But she did have a knack for making coin.
Did she have any friends or lovers who'd know more?
Who come to see that bitch? She was always off somewhere.
Someone came to see her.
Well, aye. Some stuffed frog came here once. He said he had some job for her, but he left empty-handed.
Do you know who that priest...
Some fucking Prokop or Pravoslav or some such. But that reminds me, I saw her a couple of times with another bastard.
And could she have run away with this bard?
With that Lily... Well, he ain't been seen in town. He still don't come here no more. He plucks that loot of his.
What do you know about this?
Not much. Seems they knew each other from before. And he had some job for her somewhere. Serving as a maid or something. But she weren't stupid. She told...
And did he go?
Aye, indeed. He didn't look like that. I think he just told her if she changed her mind to come and see him. Or some shit.
And could she have changed her mind and gone to him?
No, no.
I've heard enough. What's new?
Try asking at the Kingfisher bathhouse.
Betty the bath?
Aye, but that's all.
Aye.
And
that doesn't sound... It's William, right?
What is it?
My name's Henry. And no, we don't. We have a lot of mutual...
What? I don't have to talk to you.
what's the hold-up, innkeeper?
You don't need to. I can go and...
What?
Really? You?
I just got back to the city. I don't know what you're trying...
But everyone remembers you. You better speak...
Come on. Ask away.
Did you know Alice?
I know a lot of Alices.
Yeah. The one they found dead somewhere below the town.
Oh, her.
I heard she used to go...
Yeah, and? I'm not the...
They say she had a rich young suitor.
Me? Do I look rich to you?
But you could at least pass yourself off.
Or I could claim to be the Virgin Mary.
And did you ever meet Yarka? It was a long time ago, but I heard she used to hang around you a lot. And Father Prokop.
Oh, that one.
Because somebody killed...
I know what happened was a tragedy, but it wasn't my fault. She stopped talking to me long before that.
And did you know she...
What? That's horrible.
That's what I'd like to find out. What about the unwilling father-to-be?
What? Mine? I never even got under her skirt. We just...
And can you tell me any...
I don't know anything. It was a long time ago.
And I hear you knew...
Which one do you mean?
The alehouse wench from the hole.
Well, she battered...
And the innkeeper Mole told me a different story. He said you...
Fine, we had a bit of fun together.
And aren't you just saying that because...
Oh, come on! The innkeeper must have got it mixed up. He's an old drunkard. If I was you, I wouldn't...
And what about Zdena?
Do I know Zdena? As wild...
Did she steal something?
A travelling minstrel doesn't have much to steal, but she was well aware of that. She was on the lookout for some...
You don't happen to know who...
There were lots. Anyone she thought was rich enough who let her ply her charms for a while. Like young von Groller. When he started coming here, she got to him right away. Said she was gonna rob... As far as I know, she didn't succeed. If she robbed the noble... Look, why are you asking me? You don't seriously think...
Well...
And?
That may be true. But everybody knows you're a skirt chaser. And now... they're dead.
But I had nothing to do with it!
So you didn't do it?
No! Why would I?
You dare invoke...
I admit, I'm no saint.
Good. But if any clue leads me back here to...
You won't hear about me again,
Go! Go! Ja! Go! Ja! Go! Ka! Whoa! Whoa!
Good day.
Go! Ja! Ja! Ka! Quick! Ka! Quick! Quick! I need to ask you something.
I don't have time for that.
My respects.
Are you the foreman?
If you're here for charcoal...
I'm not here about charcoal.
Aha! And why are you looking?
I heard she was consorting with some...
Well, I don't know nothing about.
Careful.
My respect.
I'm looking for someone...
You're in a charcoal camp, fella.
But you know Stanya.
Aye.
I'm looking for the killer of a girl in town. And I heard that someone also tried to kill this Stanya.
That's true. She told me something like that.
So you don't know what became...
I really don't know, mate. But even if I did know, how can I be...
Lumir himself, the Kuttenberg bailiff's former scribe, gave me the task.
Well, I remember Lumir. He was alright.
But what?
You seem sorry, but after all that happened...
So Stanya is here?
Aye. She's hiding with us. Since that thing happened, she's afraid to even go outside.
Can I speak to her?
If it'll help you. But be nice to her. She's in a bad... Till we meet again.
Who are you? If you came here,
Don't be afraid.
Barton sent you.
Lumir thought you were dead. I was supposed to find out what happened to...
Lumir?
Exactly. Someone killed a girl in Kuttenberg, so maybe you could help...
How can I help you when I haven't been in Kutten?
You disappeared from the hole in the wall without saying goodbye.
Someone attacked me when I was coming home from the baths one night. I managed to get away, but I was so afraid. I decided to run away from Kuttenberg.
Did you see who it was?
Not at all. I didn't see anything until he jumped out of the shadows, and he was terribly strong. I nearly...
And how did you manage to...
I had an empty pitcher in my hand, and I...
Here?
No. First to my room. I was so scared there.
And your lover? What did he say?
At first he was horrified, because I had cut myself on a shard from the pit. He's been hiding me here.
You walked home from the...
What's so odd about...
Well...
Right. I always brought the girls a pitcher of wine or ale.
Ah. So that's why you had the empty...
Right. I went there.
The same way every time?
Aye. Always the same way. The shortest one.
And who knew that you went by yourself?
Well, everyone from the tavern, I reckon. I didn't hide it.
What was it like?
Well...
How so?
Every single day I had to put up with their lewd remarks. Rich people... Especially in a... But you can't overdo...
How so?
Because if you smile at them nicely, then you have to keep a balance.
You said that rich or poor, they all like to...
Truth be told, the hole isn't exactly a good place for a rich man. But
Is that so?
he smiled at me a lot, so I smiled back. Then this thieving wench started hanging around him, but that servant of his didn't like it, tried to drive her away, and so the young lord stopped bringing him with him.
Von Grolla had a servant with him?
Aye, a pudgy fella, well-dressed, but had a mean face. He never said a word or smiled.
Why didn't you go...
Just to get murdered.
How are you now?
And I can't...
Do you remember anything important about the...
I don't know anything.
And what about when you hit him?
He let me go.
Aha, and what...
He said Scheisse, in German.
Seems you're the only one to survive. I know it isn't easy for you to think about it. Or when you were running away.
I don't know.
You were walking down the street.
No.
You didn't see anything or...
Actually, I knew the side street wasn't empty. I heard somebody talking. But when I looked, there was nobody there. So when somebody grabbed me, I completely froze.
Did you understand what they were talking about?
Not at all. But there were two voices. Two of them waiting for me there.
It's difficult, I understand. But I need you to think hard one more time. Aside from those voices and the empty street, what else do you remember?
I didn't hear him at all. And then he grabbed me.
And nothing else? Did he grab your hair?
Well, no. He grabbed me by the throat right away and squeezed. Just for a moment. But I still had a big bruise round my neck for weeks. Barton said the man must have had a terribly strong grip. Like a miner or swordsman.
Couldn't it have been that innkeeper then?
Aye, when he drinks, he turns into a total bard. Only when I got to my room, I could hear him snoring. Couldn't have been him.
Couldn't it have been
Father Prokop?
No, he's pretty old.
I don't know him. And if he's an old...
I heard William liked pretending to...
Aye, I thought it pretty silly. A stupid trick to make himself seem... Though, I reckon he's more likely to attract an ass-kick.
I reckon...
I'm sorry I'm not...
Oh, you don't need to apologise.
Thank you.
If it's in my power.
When you catch that bastard...
I'll stop by...
God be with you, sir. Can I help? What are you barging...
coming in here for?
Go! Ka! Go! Ka! Quick! Ka! Ja! Go! Ka! Ja! Go! Ja! Ja! Go! Ka! Quick! Ka! Ka! Ka!
Whoa!
Go!
Car! Quick! Car! Quick! Car!
You shouldn't...
Are you
I am. What?
I'm looking for his dinner.
I don't know any Stenner.
Sternad said something different.
You're a friend of Sternad.
God forbid. That's all I need.
You're right there. Stenner was always cursing him. He was as...
So you knew Stenner?
I know Stenner all right. But she ain't been here. Why are you looking for her?
I'm looking for a... Back in the city.
Kurva.
What can you tell me about Stenner?
She always had it hard. She lost her parents and her home as a child.
And what about Sternad?
Sternad was her guardian. If she hadn't been thieving with him, she probably would have ended up a whore. But by sharing...
Uh-huh.
That's because... That's why she'd come to me with her loot. Before... And the last time she was here, she said one more haul like this, and she'd be able to go wherever she wanted.
I heard she wanted to sell you some...
Oh, aye. She had a good haul. No rubbish. She left it all here. I paid her a pretty sum of coin. It was a good thing she...
And what about that signet ring?
She didn't sell me the ring. She wanted to keep it. Said...
Do you know what kind of luck she met?
No. I didn't recognize that signet.
Where did she go next from here?
That she did. She also...
Someone followed her on a horse from Kuttenberg.
She didn't. At first, she thought it was some wealthy lord out for a ride. But he held back.
And did you see him?
No. But Stenner thought he would... She even left her scarf here and paid some girl to walk around with it to make it look like she...
And then where'd she go?
She wanted to go the back way. Through the woods. Past the woods is a road and a ford across a stream. Next to it is a huge boulder. When it rains...
Well, if it leads back to the road and there was really someone following her, I reckon...
Fuck! I made a point of looking, but I didn't see it.
Is Dennis...
Aye. I want...
Will you give it to me?
All the same to me. Here you go.
And could it have been Father...
What do I know? If he has a...
I heard he wanted to find her an honest job.
I don't know.
And could it have been Willie?
And who would that be?
He's this bard.
I don't know about that. I don't remember her...
Well, I'll go and check out that ford.
I hope you don't. Farewell.
Go! Go! Ka! Ka!
There has to be that ford Pint was talking about. I should take a look around here. This must be that basket of silver Zdenna was carrying with her. She wouldn't have just left that here. But where did it come from? Maybe it rolled down the hill? Poor thing. Ugh. She's been lying here, and at first glance, this body isn't... Unfortunately, I can't tell if but her head is smashed in. Either the murderer hit her with a rock, she must have put up a fight. Or maybe... Oh, she's all stuck to her clothes. They're torn up. The rips are odd. Like someone was... Oh, I can't make much out by now. Did the murderer torture her? Oh, my God. Oh, something fell out of her. But how did it get inside her? Was she trying to hide it? Or was it punishment? Well, that's enough. But what does it all mean? I'd say she put up a decent fight, and the killer had to improvise, and that's about all I can find out. But that ring is a good lead.
Never fear, I'm here to help. And it's done.
Holy shit! I'd have been shredded to...
It was
nothing. No. Here, take and thank...
I found out some interesting things about...
That's wonderful news. I promised Catherine we'd wait for...
You know Catherine?
She came to see me soon after you did.
Will you send for her? So, we're all here.
I hope nobody else shows up. How did it go?
I reckon I've found out all I can.
And do you know who the...
Not exactly.
I've asked around a bit, and...
Is that so? See, I was trying to recall some more detail.
Oh, I didn't do all this for nothing.
Well, Well, I'd say...
You can't be...
Uh-huh.
Prokop.
No. Really?
So I see we disagree. Too bad.
Well, who do you...
I'm not entirely sure. First...
Go on, then.
Let's talk about Yarka. The one...
What did you learn about her?
Prokop didn't just raise her out of the goodness of his heart. He was...
Really?
His own relative?
Why not? He's a...
Yarka started working for the von Grolle family, where she remained until her death.
I was there to ask whether she'd given them any trouble, but they said she was all...
Ah, so what's the story with von...
A very wealthy and important... The mother is quite devout, known to spend a lot of time in prayer. Old von Grolle's been sick for years.
So?
That would be young Hendel.
Prokop also admitted that he didn't know how to handle...
What do you expect from a Bible thumper?
Well, maybe I wouldn't hold it against him. He really tried to make sure she was well taken care of. He wanted to find her a husband, too.
And did you learn who...
No. And now, most importantly...
I didn't know that.
To make it impossible to tell she was pregnant. I wouldn't be surprised.
May God forgive us.
Do you know who she was pregnant with? Because if we know who the father is, we'll...
She didn't tell Prokop.
It had to be someone from those dance...
Before her death...
There's nothing wrong or surprising about that.
Maybe. Prokop was convinced that she went to see William.
That doesn't mean anything.
It means she had some...
Prokop is convinced that she was murdered.
I heard the daughters of important men come to see him. It even went so far he had to flee the city. And the moment he's back, there's a...
Really? But I found out you accused Prokop first, Lumia.
What?
It doesn't matter.
And were you as sure then as you are now?
I don't think so. But he's a skirt chaser. If he got Yarka pregnant, then...
Perhaps. But why would he kill and mutilate her?
But then he could never come back.
Why not? He could come back a year later, once things have died down, the child would be born, the shame forgotten, and nobody would bring it up.
I suppose that's all I was able to find out.
You still found out more...
But it's not enough.
But we can agree that she was killed because of her pregnancy.
Agreed. Somebody got...
I'm sure William wanted...
William isn't the only man with a prick. And he certainly didn't use it to strangle her to death.
Such language.
That making babies and murdering folks require different tools.
But who would it be if not...
Someone who stood to lose something because of the child. Money, reputation, honor.
Freedom?
I managed to find...
Alive?
I did. Alive and well.
So...
She is. She said she was attacked on her way home from the baths. She heard somebody talking in a side street, but it was empty. But when she walked by, someone grabbed her by the throat and started strangling her.
And how did she manage to get away?
She was holding an empty pitcher, and she smashed the killer in the face with it. He either got startled or hurt, but he let her go.
Did she get a look at him?
No, she didn't stop to find out.
And what about the blood in the bed?
She cut her hand on the broken pitcher. She said she returned from the baths in the evening regularly. And so
You mean someone followed her beforehand?
Who knew that she went?
Apparently everyone in the tavern. She didn't hide. She also said she was sure it wasn't Mole. He may be a pig. Well, according to Stanya, the murderer had a
Doesn't almost every man...
Depending on what they take in hand every day. A tankard, a quill, or a hammer.
Except none of our suspects are minors or... According to Stanya, the murderer didn't say a word the entire time.
That's strange, right?
The only word he uttered was when she smashed him in the face with the pitcher. He said, Scheisse.
So, we'll look...
Even I say Shiza sometimes.
Besides that, she also recalled hearing two voices.
So we have a witness.
Or an accomplice. If I remember correctly, the other one must have seen the whole thing, right? And he didn't go to report.
I asked Stanya if she knew Prokop.
Maybe she just doesn't remember him.
I don't think Father Prokop is the type to frequent the...
Stanya admitted that she knows William. He flirted with her and tried to get to know her better.
And that's probably why he wanted to kill her.
Well, perhaps, but Stanya doesn't think so. She's sure, and that's all that Stanya told me.
I'm so glad that girl is alive.
Me too. At least someone's had a little luck.
I don't think she'll come back. She's so scared now that I managed to find Zdena.
You found her? Is she alive too?
No.
And where did you find her?
Pretty far away. Near the mill. Someone caught her in the forest when she was coming home with a load of coin and killed her. I reckon she put up a hell of a fight.
So he didn't strangle?
She'd been lying in the woods for a long time, so I couldn't really tell. Judging by what her accomplice said, she robbed someone good. She had so much... And what's odd is when she was murdered, the killer left her basket of valuables behind.
So I reckon he didn't kill her for the money.
She said someone followed her on horseback from Kuttenberg.
On horseback?
Only as a wealthy type.
That doesn't...
Father Prokop came looking for Zdena and nearly cursed her on the spot.
What did he have in
He
common?
had also looked after her, but unlike Yarka, she ended up on the... Zdena tried to rob young von Grolle.
Von Grolle?
That...
Assumptions.
I'd say it's pretty obvious.
They just left the ring by her body?
It wasn't by her body. It was inside.
That's awful.
My mouth is...
So am I.
Come now, we're nearly there.
I suspect one of the von Grolles.
What leads you to think that?
Are you sure it wasn't William?
Yarka was their maidservant until she...
Yes.
Perhaps the young lord?
That's possible.
Alice had a young and wealthy suitor. And
True.
Yarka was pregnant. And if the father was young von Grolle...
Sakra.
But William could have fucked her too.
Zdena was followed by someone on a horse.
That's not so sure, is it?
But it certainly worsens the...
Zdena robbed...
That's true.
It's all coming...
And that's all I can...
So, do we agree?
Well, old von Grolle can't do much.
So do we really agree that our most likely...
Aye.
I don't have a problem with it. Little rich boys are capable of...
They'll just laugh at us without some...
So, you want...
There's nothing else we can do.
We have to find some evidence. None of our conjecture...
You could sneak in there.
Or break it.
Catherine, that's not necessary. The young lad wants to learn swordsmanship, and the old one is sick and always calling...
So I can either pretend to be a sawbones, or a swordsman, or break in? That's a lot of options.
You're a clever lad.
Careful.
hair. All kinds of brown. I bet it belonged to those dead girls. If this isn't proof, nothing is. I need to discuss...
Excellent.
I think we were right.
Well, don't keep us in...
You found something...
I certainly did.
What was it?
This. Locks of hair. All brown, but all a bit different.
Hair?
But why wouldn't it? He took them as a keepsake.
But nobody will believe us. We need more than just hair.
To be honest, I don't think we're going to find anything like that. They're pretty...
Damn it.
And what about 3 witnesses at once?
Where are you going to find 3
I don't yet, but... Look, we're almost certain young Hendel did it. So what if...
And how do you want to do that?
We'll set someone up.
You want to sacrifice...
No, nobody's going to get hurt. We'll be keeping...
The only one I can think of is Stanya. And I
She won't have to.
But you haven't had anything to do with him. He'll see through it immediately.
We'll wait until the lad's out of the house. Maybe we'll dress Catherine up. When Hendel comes home and hears what happened, he'll come looking for her to...
I'll cause such a scene. Then we'll tell them where he can find me. And we've got him.
If you say so. But where can we do it? We can't do it here.
We can use one of the rooms here in the tavern. It has only one way out. You'll be hiding across the way and jump out at the right moment. I repeat.
Don't worry. We won't take our eyes...
Where's Hendel? I need to talk to him! Do you hear me? I have to talk to him about our wedding. I won't be left alone with his child.
What are you screeching about, you ninny? There's no Hendel here. Certainly not for the likes of you.
Do you hear that, folks? He fucks me from all sides. Gets me with child, and now he doesn't want to know me. Get rid of her. Disgrace. Oh, so a poor woman has to suffer because of a man's lust. As if it wasn't already bad enough before.
What lies are you spouting, you strumpet? Goodman Hendel never laid eyes on you. Besides, you're too old for him. Nobody will believe your lies.
Old am I? He came to me himself because he wanted a mature woman to breed with. And he never even pulled it out. And he filled me up like a wineskin. Suit yourself. I'll give you some time to think it over. But either you come up with an offer of marriage by evening, or first thing in the morning I'll go to the bailiff. And I'll be damn sure to get justice from him. It's open.
I've come to talk with you.
Where's Hendel?
Hendel? You wanton whore! Debauching my son!
Nanny goat like you. The others were at least young, but you... Oh, Christ, the trials I have to endure. A husband with both feet in the grave and a son who'll fuck anything with a hole in it. Slice her up so no one will recognize her, and in case what she says is true, gut her too.
Gutting, is it? I could help you with that.
Get that bitch, you fool!
You piece of shit! Ha!
Before I finish you off, I have to ask, why the fuck did you kill them?
I'll tell you. Because...
What's right about...
all those
You know that's not true. Stanya hardly knew Hendel, and you still tried to kill her. How many of the other...
Rubbish. I saw he might have met the alehouse wench by chance, but they were intimate together.
Well, she might have been convinced, but that doesn't mean she was right.
That's even worse. He surely wasn't a... and she would even cheat on our
Confess that...
Not enough! There's always more, just like that companion of yours. She certainly sins as much as she breathes.
Oh, you're completely mad.
Don't take the Lord's name in vain.
Then I suppose we'll be... It was all Mandalina's idea, wasn't it?
And can you blame her? That first harlot was already itching to become Mistress von Grole. That bastard of hers wasn't Hendel's anyway, but he was stupid that time. He'd have believed her. Now he knows very well, luckily, that they're all whores. He doesn't cry for...
Mandalina just came to you like that, out of the blue. And you immediately
Well, one time she came to my chambers and she told me she knew very well that she'd started an affair with Master Hendel, while she was also spreading her...
Go on. I'm listening.
That she deserved to die for all her sins, and she was right.
Don't worry, I'm not gonna kill you.
I'm not worried. Oh, they were all nobodies anyways. The bailiff should thank me for cleansing his city of them.
Oh, shut your mouth already.
Catherine,
Catherine, wait.
What should I wait for? I'm gonna cut that bitch's throat.
How?
Shut up.
Let her speak. I have some questions for you.
I'll tell you nothing, you serpent. Nothing.
If you won't speak now, then the executioner will... But why wait, right? I'll cut your...
No!
Why did you do...
Don't blast.
Come on, answer.
My husband. He drank a lot, ran around with whores, and didn't pray enough.
And why kill those girls? Why not just talk to him?
I tried, but he wouldn't listen to me. He told me he wanted to sow his wild oats.
So your own son didn't listen to you? And you...
Who seduced him and emboldened him with their brazenness? If they wanted to whore themselves out, they'll pay for it.
And what about Hendel?
That I was taking care of his immortal soul and eliminating his temptation?
He's going to jump for joy.
Speak politely to me.
Henry, if you have any more questions, you'd better ask them quickly.
And what about the hair in Hendel's chest?
Well, he kept asking about those whores of his. So we always brought him a lock of hair. We told him it was from them.
Well, he didn't find that
Out of sight, out of mind.
There was no blood where Alice was...
That was up to Thaddeus. He told me something about... and I only told him to cut them up thoroughly.
Why?
Why? As a warning. So those
Do you realise you also killed girls who had no...
That's not possible. I saw them.
And what about that alehouse wench?
That strumpet. I saw her.
But she really had nothing to do.
She wouldn't have smiled at him the way she did if she didn't want to fornicate with him. And better sooner than later. That trollop in our service even got herself with child.
And what about Zdena? All she did...
She fawned over him like all the others. He even gave her a ring, which she deserved it. She was a thief and...
I'd better stop asking questions.
Burn in hell! All of you!
What'll we do with her now?
Let's take her to the bay.
We don't have to go anywhere.
But we can't do that. She has to...
Did you hear her? I mean, she hasn't got her head on straight. And what judgment...
Don't you dare judge me.
Shut your mouth, you sow.
Our Lord directed...
Do you hear that?
But that's not justice. Henry, won't you...
I told you, don't you dare judge me.
Put away that knife, Catherine. We'll hand her over to the law.
Don't tell me you'd let her get away.
She's not going to get away with anything. She killed so...
That's right. We caught her in the act and she's...
Of course they can. It's ice...
That won't happen.
You can't guarantee a thing. You're not the bailiff and you won't be judging her.
She's right, though. We can't just let her out into the... And if not, then you can always go and pay her a visit, right?
All right then, you last of the righteous.
Don't worry. I'll take her up.
Well, this was a lot stranger than I expected. Do you think we did the right thing?
I'm not... Can we just...
Why?
Not remorse.
Dad?
Show me a person without doubt.
I suppose you're right.
I'd go and see Lumia.
Tell us, Lumir. How did it turn out?
Did it end well? Oh, we're not going to get into trouble now, are we?
It ended well, and I didn't even tell anyone...
I'm surprised it worked out. Both of them must have been lying through their teeth.
Well, if it came to it, I would have had to bring you both...
They didn't admit?
Sort of. The servant shouted that he was forced into it by Mandalina, and Mandalina completely lost her mind.
My God!
Oh, if she had an ounce of sense, she would never have started murdering. What'll happen to them now?
Thaddeus will hang. No doubt about that. And Mandalina...
I knew it!
She'll be punished, and not hurt anyone else. That's an...
And what will you do now?
It's true I've made amends in the eyes of the law, but...
Won't you go back to drink?
No, it didn't help anything, did it?
Don't fret. It was a terrible mess, and all three of us had to put our heads together.
Yes. You helped me when I was in need.
Helping others is the best.
And what will you do?
My work isn't done. I have to work in the tavern here, and...
Do you think we could have done...
Everything can always be done better. But most important is to do it well.
Catherine is right. I'll still be kicking myself. Maybe...
That's not entirely...
I'm talking about innocent people. No more girls died because of you. And
well...
Thank you, lad. You prevented future murders.
I thank you both. Without you...
Here you are. As a keepsake.
Yes. Here is a reward, Henry.
I don't understand how you all...
We women are...
What?
No, you rogue.
It'd be good to learn a few tricks from...
I can't now.
I'd like to learn...
I can't...
Leave that door alone, will you?
Conrad's going to win the tournament.
And I'm telling you, he doesn't stand a chance.
Conrad wins every time. Just look at him. He could cut you in half without even pulling his sword from the scabbard.
True, but not even
Look what I have for you.
Good boy. Good boy.